Hello, welcome to today's class on Understanding Geography with Diagram. Today basically we'll be talking about the Indian Ocean Basin topography and the Pacific Ocean Basin topography. First, let's go for the Indian Ocean. See, as basically we can see that the Indian Ocean is a half ocean. Half ocean means like the Atlantic and the Pacific, the Indian Ocean doesn't has a north-south extension. Rather, it has been blocked. Blocked by what? Indo-Australian plate. Now, how was this formed? See, basically, this was formed because of the separation of the Indo Australian plate or because of the separation of the Gondwana plate. The Gondwana plate was separated into the Indo Australian plate that moved northward, and similarly, it was the African plate that moved westward, hence, leading to the formation of your entire Indian Ocean. Now, within this Indian Ocean, what we find is that our continental shelves are less extensive. See, first within this ocean bottom topography, we'll be talking about the continental shelves, and this yellow zones are nothing but your continental shelves. Now, these continental shelves are very less extensive. Why? See, first of all, remember that like the Atlantic Ocean, what it had is that the entire Atlantic Ocean coastlines were passive in nature, means they lacked tectonic activity. But such is not the context. In India itself, we have the submergence of the Burmese plate over here with the Indo-Australian plate, as a result of which we have over here is that a active boundary. Hence, the continental shelf occupies only 5% of the total ocean bottom topography. This is number one point. Next, now again, as we see, we have the most number of the marginal water bodies are present in the North Basin itself. None other than the North Basin itself. Now, what are the shallow water bodies? As you can see, it is your Persian Gulf, number one, the Gulf of Khambat, number two, and the Joseph Bonaparte Gulf. Now, what you see is that these are not just the areas where we have shelf, but this is also the area of the shallow water body. Next, we have the deep water body. Within this deep water body, obviously, we can see this is our Arabian Sea, and last but not the least, it's your Red Sea. And again, we have your transitional water body, and within this transitional water body qualifies our Bay of Bengal. Hence, first we talked about the continental shelves, why they are less, and about the different water bodies that are prevalent over here. Prior to that, we talked about the formation. Next, let's discuss the entire ridge of the Indian Ocean. Now, as you can see, first of all, let's discuss the longitudinal profile. See, the ridge is completely extensive, that is from the Lakshadweep up to your South Atlantic Ocean. Now, this total longitudinal extension divides the entire Indian Ocean basin into two parts, that is your western and your eastern part. Now, it is in the northern part. First of all, northern part means of the equator, we have the Lakshadweep Chagos Ridge. This Lakshadweep Chagos Ridge again continues as the Chagos Amsterdam Ridge. Remember that we are naming the ridge as per the location. Chagos Amsterdam. In the top we have Lakshadweep Chagos, and then we are having the Chagos Amsterdam. It's the Lakshadweep Chagos continued as the Chagos Amsterdam that divides the Indian Ocean into western and the eastern part. Now, let's see over here. From here we have your ancillary ridge. I hope you know what is an ancillary ridge. If you don't know, then please I would suggest you to watch my first video on the oceanography, the basic concepts. Now it is the Chagos Socotra Ridge, or we call it as the Carlsberg Ridge. It basically what it does that it's divides your Arabian basin from your Somalian basin. Basically we are discussing the western part now. This is number one. Number two, again we have our Mauritius. This is called as your Mauritius Seychelles Ridge because of the location. This Mauritius Seychelles Ridge. This Mauritius Seychelles Ridge is further continued by Seychelles Comoro Ridge. Hence, this particular ridge is separating your Somalian basin from your Mascarene basin. Again, as you can see, we have this Seychelles Comoro ridge, again extensive as your, this is your Madagascar ridge. This Madagascar ridge is separating your Natal basin from your Mascarene basin. If you remember, the Natal states are of the South Africa. Next, let's move on to your eastern part. Within the eastern part, the entire eastern part is dotted part, means we have a broken ridge over here, we have a Cocos Kneeling rise over here, and hence it is called as a 90-degree east ridge. Now this 90-degree east ridge basically consisting of your Cocos Kneeling rise and the broken ridge divides the eastern part of the basin into northeast basin, east central, and your Murray basin. Now as you can see, that entire, this is how it has been divided. Next, as you know that within the Lakshadweep to over here, for that is your Chagos Amsterdam, we have the Amsterdam St. Paul Plateau. It is nothing but, this is the ridge we call it Amsterdam ridge, this is called the St. Paul ridge, and total we are calling it as the Amsterdam St. Paul Plateau. This is the most extensive part of your Chagos Chagos Amsterdam ridge, and then it continues as the IAP. IAP, the name is very simple, it is your Indian Antarctic, last but not least Pacific, because it is directing towards the Pacific, and this is your Kerguelen ridge. This is the total extension of your ridge. Now, apart from this, what else? Now look, now we have the extensive range of the Coral Island. The Coral Island, can I say, as the Lakshadweep, this is the best example. Then we have your continental island. The continental island basically includes your Madagascar island, Sri Lanka. Then we have the submerged mountain peaks. What is the submerged mountain peaks? None other than your Andaman and Nicobar Island. We also have volcanic islands located in the Java region. Next, let's come to your Pacific Ocean. Now, prior to going to the Pacific Ocean, let's talk about the origin of the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean was formed because of the separation of your both the Lauratia and the Angara land. How did the Lauratia? The Lauratia was separate, that is your separation of your Eurasian plate, number one, from the main Laurasian plate, and it was the separation of the South American plate from the rest of your Gondwana plate, that led to your formation of the entire Pacific. As you can see, the Pacific is triangular in shape, and that the continental shelf within the Pacific only occupies 5%. Why? Because of the destructive boundary over here. It's the destructive boundary that prevails in this region, as a result of which that the continental shelf occupies only 5%. What is this destructive boundary? It's nothing but this Pacific Ocean bottom top. This Pacific Ocean plate is submerging with the Eurasian plate. As a result, you have the extensive trenches in this region. Hence, active coastal boundaries. Now, within this itself, we'll talk about the shallow water bodies. As you can see, the shallow water bodies include your Java Shelf, Sunda Shelf, Gulf of Thailand. Similarly, we have the Arafura Sea and the Gulf of Carpentaria. And again, if we look at the deep water body, we have the Tasman Sea as well as the Sea of Japan. The Sea of Japan has recently been in the news because of the conflict with China over the Diaoyu Islands. Similarly, we have the transitional water body, which is your South China Sea. As you know, within the South China Sea, we are also having conflict between the Southeast Asian nations, some of the Southeast Asian nations, not all, with China. Next. Now let's discuss the bottom topography. Now remember that, first of all, the entire bottom topography will be discussing in two contexts. One is your southern and your northern. First, we'll move on to your southern context. Within the southern context, I want you to look from here. See, first we have your Nazca Ridge. The Nazca Ridge with the Albatross Plateau. Nazca Ridge with the Albatross Plateau is demarcating your Peru-Chile Basin. Peru-Chile Basin with Peru-Chile Trend. See, this Nazca Ridge is nothing but your Nazca Plate, which is colliding with your South American plate, as a result of which the Nazca plate is being submerged under the South American plate, resulting in the formation of your Peru-Chile trench. Hence, basically we call it as the Nazca Ridge, which is dividing it into the Peru-Chile basin. Next, we have your Central Pacific Basin. It is the Tonga-Kermadec Trench along with the Macquarie-Bellary Ridge that demarcates your Central Pacific, or we can say it demarcates or separates Central Pacific from your Southwest Pacific Southwest Basin. Now within the Southwest Basin, we have two ridges, that is Lord Howe, Lordhowe, Howe Ridge, and the Norfolk Ridge. Lord Howe and Norfolk are dividing your CB and TB. CB refers to your Caledonian Basin and TB refers to your Tasman Basin. Simple. Next. Within, now we'll move on to your northern part. Now remember that one of the basic characteristics of this northern ocean basin is that the northern ocean basins are more deeper than the southern ocean basin. Now within the northern ocean basin, I want you to look in this side. See, the northern ocean basin is basically characterized by the tuft plain in the northeast part. What is this tuft plain? It's the largest abyssal plain. I hope you remember that the abyssal plains are none other than your granitic plains. That the tuft plain are the largest abyssal plain. The tuft plain is demarcated by the Central American Ridge. Central American Ridge. And this Central American Ridge is basically demarcating your Mid-American Basin and your Guatemala Basin. Next, as we move towards the east, we have the Hawaiian Island or the Hawaiian Volcanic Islands, which is demarcating your Central Pacific Basin. Now, within the Central Pacific, now towards the east of the Central Pacific Basin, we have the Aleutian Basin with the Aleutian Trench. I am written it B by T. When the Aleutian Basin with Aleutian Trench. Next, we have your Kuril Basin with your Kuril Trench. Next, we have your Japanese Basin with the Bonin Trench. Next, we have your Philippines Basin with your Philippines Trench. This is simple. Next, apart from this, we have over here a range of volcanic islands. Obviously, we have the Hawaiian Islands, the Aleutian Islands. Then we have a range of your continental islands, that is your Japanese and Philippines. We do have coral islands which are within your Micronesia, Polynesia. Within this, we have also your coral islands. I hope you got a brief understanding of this. Now within this ocean bottom topography, remember that diagram matter a lot. See, basically to explain you, I have differentiated the diagram, but if you have to do the diagram in one part, and one diagram should be enough to explain the entire context. I hope you are clear with this. Thank you.